Welcome to Journey to TEDx Wilmington. I'm Tia Cristy, and we're doing this all day. I mean, TEDx speakers, this is our big event. We have like 18, 17, I don't know. There's just a whole bunch of speakers coming through this door today. And I am now sitting with Michael. I like to call him Michael. Michael, welcome. How was it?
Thank you for having me. It was very good. It was amazing. It was amazing. I think I had more nervousness going in than I did on the actual stage. Yeah.
That's a first.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
So I was pacing back and forth the whole morning, kind of iterating my speech, making sure it sounded good, changing things, tweaking things, and wondering if I was going to be able to remember it all. I got on stage, and that kind of all disappeared. I was like, all right, I'm here now. Like, I've got to do it.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so let everybody know, give just a quick rundown. What did you talk about today?
Yeah, so, my name is Mike Jackson. I've got 2 lovely kids. I talked about, my parenting journey as a dad, having messed up several times on my, my need to be perfect and how I corrected that. One of the things that helped me to correct it was just like, being with my kids, being present with my kids. But I think before I realized I was messing up, like I had their lives planned for them, and I was telling them what they needed to do, and I had a list of things that they should do and how they should behave, and I was destroying their spirit. And I think listening to them helped me figure out, who they were and find approaches that worked for just them.
I love that. I know so many people that can use that.
Yeah.
I do. All right, we're gonna make sure that we get that link up there. That's incredible. So, what really drove you to talk about that? I mean, like this really moved you. And I believe that our TEDx journey should be something where it's not only helping others in the world, making a positive impact, but also like a journey for self-healing and things like that. So talk to me. Cut you off.
No, for sure. I think it's for some time being a parent was the most important thing in my life. Mm-hmm. I've learned to find balance now, but it was at the top of the list. So I grew up with my dad living relatively close to me, mm-hmm. but I didn't spend time with him. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. So from a very early age, I wanted to be a good dad. So it consumed a large part of my life. Having kids now and, being a dad and practicing what I thought I was going to do and realizing that I was messing up my kids. I was leaving them feeling heartbroken, the pain, like I didn't hear them, I didn't see them. I started to realize that I was kind of no different than my absent dad, because I was there, but I was leaving my kids with the same pain that my dad's absence left me with. So I kind of had to rework that, had to get out of that space, I had to figure out what I was doing wrong and try to find ways to help my kids grow into a new space. I will say though, one of the things that I've been able to enjoy is and appreciate. My kids have been very forgiving and they move on very quickly. I was talking to a child psychologist and he was saying that I caught my issues early enough mm-hmm. that my kids were still willing to imprint new experiences. He was saying literally if I'd caught that only 3, 4, 5 years after that, it was quite likely that the bad experiences that I'd given them mm-hmm. would be stuck with them for life. And I think a lot of my life has been kind of just getting lucky with things happening at the right time without me realizing it. Because again, I wasn't thinking about fixing something at the right time. I just saw that something needed to be fixed and I was fixing it. Right. But I think, that was, so that was why I did that talk. It's been a large part of my life. I think as a parent, and again, my story, not having my dad, it's the most important thing that I thought I was going to be able to do. And I wasn't doing it well. And I felt like a complete screw up.
But you're not, because you went and you figured it out. I love that. And I want to say, I feel like it's never too late. Like, I think that message should be clear. Like, it's never too late to really try to make a change and a difference and all of that stuff. But I love this. I love that the way you say your kids are so forgiving and that you're still able to, have that imprint with them. It's just so beautiful. Did you get tears? Did you notice were there like tissues going in the audience? Of course.
I mean, and for me, because so I have a memory with my kids that every time I think about it, even though we've gotten past it, for me it still hurts. And I've talked to them about it. they're 8 and 6, so I mean, it's a heavy conversation to have with them, but they're like, I don't remember that. And I still remember
like,
it.
But I do.
Yeah, I still remember it. And that was, the day when my daughter confronted me, and she had hurt in her eyes, and she looked at me and she said, "You're not nice anymore." Yeah. And I still remember it. And she's like, "I don't remember saying that." But, we talked about that, and that was kind of the moment that I realized I was messing up. Because I was still, before that, I was in my own world. The kids' needs didn't mean anything to me because I decided what they needed.
Right.
But that still brings tears to me. And when I share that with the audience, I could see that they were moved by that, and they felt it. Because I think as parents, we all go through some of that.
Yeah.
Which we want the best for our kids, but we often don't take the time to figure out what our kids actually want. Mm-hmm. And I think as our kids grow and they develop and they form their personalities, like they end up becoming like real human beings.
Yeah.
They've got their own stuff going on. Like there is value in spending time with them. No, you still have to guide them, but learn who they are. Don't force them into who you want them to be. Because again, I was just trying to fix the hole that I had, not having my dad. But I was creating a new hole for my kids, and that wasn't their hole to fix.
Oh my God.
That was mine to fix.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I think we could talk for like days on this one. Wow. Okay. All right. So watch this talk for sure. I can't wait to see it. So would you recommend this experience, this whole TEDx experience? I mean, this has been such a journey. You found out like 4 or 5 months ago that you were doing this. You had to meet with me on a regular basis, to go over things that happened with TEDx. It was a lot. It was like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
Oh my gosh! So it was. Before I share if it was worth it, let me just say. So my wife and I have we have a small marketing firm. We've got kids. We've got there's all the spring activities. There's like a lot going on, and you couple that now with the TEDx talk. It was a lot. I remember I had a few nights when I didn't go to bed until 1 a.m. just trying to go over my talk, making sure I got it correct, making sure I knew every single line. What I will say is it was definitely worth it. Like a lot of the things that I talked about in my talk as it related to, me screwing up as a parent, I knew those things, but I'd never really taken the time to put them all together in one place.
Yeah.
Like I was reminded of this thing, this time of the day, that thing when I saw that, but I'd never had one moment to just sit down and reflect on every single thing that I'd done, and also give myself credit for what I was able to do in fixing some of the issues. Now, I haven't fixed them all, certainly. I never will, and I've accepted that. But the TEDx experience has given me an opportunity to also forgive myself. Because I think putting them on paper and looking at everything and realizing that I made an about turn, and I picked up my kids and I made sure they were heading in the right direction as it related to how they felt about me. And I'd never actually given myself credit for that. I was still holding on to the pain that I felt when I messed it up. So TEDx helped me to kind of go through that journey.
And that is one of the things that I find so remarkable about this adventure, this journey, is that it is self-healing, and you gotta look at the real stuff, and if you're not looking at the real stuff, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
It's really what I think.
And if you're not messing up, then you're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right either.
Yep.
So you get up there, you do your thing, the crowd goes wild. Did you remember anything that you said? Was it like, oh my gosh, just that adrenaline blank afterwards?
Yeah. So I still remember it. But what I will say is, heading on stage, I had doubts that I'd remember the entire thing.
Okay.
But as I was there, I was like, oh my God, I remember everything. It's all, I know what comes next. I know what I said. I was ad-libbing. I was like, oh my God, I've got time. I can throw something else in. So that was pretty good. I still remember the talk right now. I don't think my memory of it is as good as it was when I was on the stage. Mm-hmm. I think I was prepared for the moment, but I definitely remember it.
I will tell you, this is for real. Like 6 months down the line, like all of a sudden you'll just like bust right into it. And
yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like it's really ingrained now.
Yeah, it's stuck.
I mean, my TEDx was, 2.5, 3 years ago at this point, and I laugh because every once in a while I'm like, what is stress? What is stress?
You just break out into it. Surprise.
The brain's still working. Oh, very good. Well, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, give me a hug. Such an honor and pleasure
of course.
to meet you, to be part of this journey with you. Thank you, and just thank you for being here.
Yep, and thank you guys for having me.
Of course. All right, I'm Tia Cristy. This is Journey to TEDx Wilmington. We're going to be doing this all day long, so please keep on watching. Lots and lots of speakers coming up. Michael, thank you.
Bye, guys.